I'm Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Taskmaster Series 15 contestant announcement. So this was announced right after the Series 14 finale in like a little ad afterwards where they were all playing this like instrument thing. And yeah, surprisingly, this hasn't happened for a while, but I actually knew or was familiar with every contestant that's been announced. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm going to go into what I expect from each contestant, what I've enjoyed from previous things they've done, and like what I'm looking forward to. If you didn't know, if you haven't heard the contestant announcement yet, then the contestants are Frankie Boyle, Ivo Graham, Eclair, Kiell Smith-Bynoe and Mae Martin. So yeah, as I said, I knew everybody, which is quite rare. I would say I'm very excited for Kiell and Mae, kind of because it's like a battle of Charlotte Ritchie on-screen love interests. So Kiell from Ghosts and Mae from Feel Good. Yeah, they're fantastic. I love them both. Those were the two contestants here that I would say I'm a fan of them, whereas the others I kind of just know. But yeah, these two I'm a very big fan of. They're both amazing and I can't wait to see them in the show, but I'm going to talk about them a bit more later. Let's get into each contestant individually and we'll go in C order, starting with Frankie Boyle. So I was very surprised to see Frankie Boyle announced as a contestant. He isn't somebody that I've ever thought would go on the show. Yeah, and I know a lot of people are a bit unhappy with this contestant announcement, which I understand. And there are people who are saying they're just not going to watch this series, which, again, I don't blame them if they don't like him and, you know, if they've been hurt by some of his jokes before. I definitely understand that. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I haven't watched any of his things for a while. Yeah, it's just not really my type of humour. For me personally, I don't think he really fits the vibe of Taskmaster. Taskmaster for me is very silly, whimsical, light-hearted, whereas I would say his sense of humour, his jokes are like dark, like offensive to say the least, and like sometimes just a bit mean. So yeah, it's just not really what I associate with Taskmaster. But I've seen when people have been kind of complaining about this, people have said, oh, it's all been good, it's all been a really great experience. So hopefully he has kind of improved, and maybe his jokes aren't as offensive anymore. I know he's got a show, is it New World Order or something like that? I haven't seen that, so I don't know like how offensive it is. I thought some of the things he's done is quite funny on like Mock the Week, but other things I think have just been like downright offensive and like going a bit too far, and I just don't really want that in Taskmaster. I want like nice light-hearted comedy. That's what I want from Taskmaster. But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to boycott the show, but I can understand why people don't want to watch this series because of him, if they have been hurt by some of his jokes before. But yeah, I'm going to give it a go. He might have completely changed, we don't know. Ivo Graham is, for me, such a really good choice for Taskmaster. Every time I've seen him on things like Mock the Week, or I've seen clips of his stand-up at like Comedy Central or Live at the Apollo on YouTube, I've been very, very entertained. I think he's very funny. Yeah, I think he'll do really well on this series. Maybe not well in the tasks, I don't really know, but I think he will definitely be at least a fan favourite. I think everything I've seen in him, he's been very funny, very entertaining, kind of like charismatic as well in certain ways. So yeah, I'm very excited seeing him. I did a little bit of research as well, just to kind of like familiarise myself with like other things that he's done. I've seen some of his stand-up, not that much of it, but I've seen some of it, and he's like critically acclaimed. He was the youngest person to win like an Edinburgh Fringe award. It was the So You Think You're Funny award, and that was in 2009. He's the youngest ever person to win that, which is very impressive. And he's also been nominated, some of his jokes from Edinburgh Fringe have been nominated for like the best joke, stuff like that. So he's a very funny person, and I think he'll be very funny on Taskmaster. Next up is Eclair, and she is probably the one I'm least familiar with from this series, but I've still seen her around. I was struggling to kind of picture where I've seen her. She's been on things like QI, I think only just once, and a couple of other little panel shows, but I think what I know her from is I'm a Celebrity. She was in the series with Stacey Solomon, and I did watch that, so I think that's where I know her from. But she's also a Loose Women panelist for a number of years. So I've probably seen her on that as well. I don't frequent Loose Women, but obviously their clips go viral a lot. So I've probably seen her on there as well. Yeah, she is apparently a very funny lady. Again, as I said, haven't really seen that much that she's done. She starred in a sitcom, I believe, but similar to Ivo, but different. She was the first ever woman to win the Perrier Awards at the Edinburgh Fringe, which is very impressive. And yeah, again, I can't wait to see kind of what she brings to the table. I'm not sure kind of what she's going to be like, but I think she's going to be funny, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And actually, I'm back onto I'm a Celeb. She actually came third in that, so I think that kind of proves that she's willing to kind of put herself out there to do tasks and to do things that she might not be that comfortable with, and like kind of testing her limits. So I think that might translate very well to Taskmaster as well. So yeah, I'm interested to see kind of how far she can go with tasks, because I would much rather do Taskmaster tasks than I'm a Celeb tasks, definitely. So yeah, definitely, yeah, I think she could be a very strong contestant. Next up is Kiell Smith-Bynoe, and as I said, I know him mostly from Ghosts. He plays Mike, like Alison's husband, so a very, very main character in the show. I think he's fantastic. I think he's amazing in Ghosts. Very, very strong character. I think he brings a lot of really good comedy and humour to Ghosts. I don't think he's that involved in the writing, but he's got very, very charismatic. I saw him at the BFI event last year. Yeah, I think I actually met him very, very briefly. But yeah, he's very funny. I think he was great in the panel at the BFI. And yeah, I'm very much excited for him. If you don't watch Ghosts, then you may know him from Stathet's Flats. He plays Dean. Again, very, very funny in Stathet's Flats. He's just such a great actor. And I haven't really seen him on that many panel shows. Would I Lie to You is the only one that really comes to mind right now. I thought he was very good on that from what I remember. I think he's a bit of a wild card for me, actually. Even though I know him kind of more than the other contestants, it's very much like acting. Like comedy acting rather than stand-up. I'm not that familiar with anything he's done there. But yeah, I think he's going to be really good. That's kind of just what I'm saying for everybody. But even if they're not good at the tasks, I think he'll be very good at this. Just like the comedy. Yeah, hopefully get some more Ghost fans into Taskmaster. I'm very excited for Kiell. He, as I said, is somebody that I'm a big fan of. So yeah, he's going to be great. And last but certainly not least is Mae Martin. And Mae Martin I know from Feel Good, which is a show they created, they wrote, they starred in. So it's a very good show. If you haven't seen it, it explores, it's like semi-autobiographical from Mae's perspective. And it deals with addiction, sexuality, gender identity, relationships. It's fantastic. And Charlotte Ritchie actually stars in it, which is why it's kind of like battle of Charlotte Ritchie love interests, because Charlotte Ritchie plays Alison in Ghost, so Kiell and Alison are married in that, and then they date, and then Mae and Charlotte date in Feel Good. So that's quite interesting. It's very fun. I think Mae is consistently like growing in the comedy circuit. I've seen some of their stand-up on YouTube. They're very, very funny. And yeah, kind of a like international comedian as well. Obviously they're from Canada, but obviously perform a lot in the UK as well. So hopefully bring in a bit of international audience as well. But yeah, I'm very excited for Mae. From what I've heard about people's reactions to the contestant announcement, lots of people seem to think Mae's going to do really, really well. So I'm excited to see that. I'm not really sure where they're getting that from. The only thing I've seen them in is Feel Good and a few of their stand-up. But yeah, I'm very excited for Mae. I think they're going to do really well, and it's just all going to be a good time, I think. I really like their sense of humour from things that I've seen on, just everything that I've seen them do. So I think they'll do great in the studio and also in the tasks as well. Yeah, I'm just very excited. So that was just a little brief account of what I like about each contestant and what I'm looking forward to. I think it is a very strong cast. Obviously Frankie Boyle I'm a bit uncertain about so far, just about how he might change the dynamic a bit. I think it could be quite argumentative in the studio, which might be quite funny. I do like it when people are a bit argumentative and competitive, or you could just kind of not be bothered. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. Hopefully he does kind of tone down his humour a little bit. But overall, a very good cast announcement. As I said, Kiell and Mae, I'm very, very excited for both of them. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say apart from I just can't wait for Series 15. I think it will be like a few months because we've got Taskmaster New Year's Treat as well. Yeah, I think that's everything I want to say for now. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, it's really appreciated, and comment down below your thoughts on the series cast announcement for Series 15 and who is your favourite, who are you most looking forward to. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos to do with Taskmaster. I'll have more videos out for you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!